Today on Designing Spaces, I'll be meeting up with Kevin Broughton, the Chief Marketing Officer, and Owen Lee, CEO of Success Mortgage Partners, to discuss why today's home buyers need to be as informed as they possibly can in picking a mortgage professional to guide them through the entire lending process. This is the first crucial step in guaranteeing the best possible loan option. All right, Kevin, since the 2008 financial market crisis, people think it's more difficult to get a mortgage. Would you say that's true?
Brittany, it's actually not more difficult. It's more thorough of a process than before. Some of the old ways 10 years ago were not conducive to good mortgage practices, and all those are gone. The good news is there are tons of loans that borrowers can obtain now. Is it necessarily more difficult? I don't believe so.
Now, I'm aware that this is a mortgage banker company, but what's the difference between a mortgage banker and a mortgage broker?
We are a mortgage banker, and what that means is difference from a mortgage broker is that we control 100% of the transaction from alpha to omega under our own roof. Everything from pre-qualification to pre-approval to taking the application to processing the loan to underwriting the loan to closing the loan to funding the loan, we all do with our own employees. Whereas in different environment like a mortgage broker, they gather documentation from a borrower on day one and then ship it out for all other decisions to be made by outside parties. And we like having the control from start to finish so that we can ensure a wonderful process for the borrower, and we close almost every loan in 30 days or less.
So how would somebody looking to start a mortgage actually start the process with a mortgage banker?
Well, starting the process is extremely important, and we urge all borrowers to start by sitting down with the mortgage banker and really understanding how much they can borrow versus going out to see homes first. Because sometimes when they do that, they fall in love with a home that's more expensive than what they can actually afford. So get to your mortgage banker first, and then get with the realtor after that. But it starts with the pre-approval process, and a good mortgage banker is going to sit down with you. They're going to look at real documentation about your income, your assets, your credit, and they're going to make a credit determination that we will extend you X amount of dollars in your loan, and to do that is exceptionally important. Getting pre-qualified is simply a borrower stating what they make without verifying anything. So I urge you to get pre-approved versus just pre-qualified.
Let's talk about the all-important credit score. What's some of the advice that you'd give to new buyers looking to sign up for a mortgage?
And I think one of the beauties of today's mortgage markets is even though people may have marred credit or challenged credit by a couple things in the past, depending on what caused those, that absolutely does not make them unqualified for a mortgage at all.
What are some things, the do's and don'ts for your credit?
Well, first one would be pay your bills on time. So if you do have credit extended to you, make sure you make those payments timely. Number two would be not to extend credit all over the place. You don't need to have 20 credit cards just because someone offers them to you. And a couple of the don'ts would be, and these are extremely important, do not open new credit trade lines after you've applied for your mortgage, and do not switch jobs while in the mortgage process. That would be the number one thing that kills a mortgage, is someone switching a job in midstream once the mortgage process has begun, from the date of application through the date of closing.
Well, getting a mortgage is a very big life step, and it seems that it's very important who you choose to guide you through the process.
I highly recommend people find someone that they know, like, and trust, that's willing to sit down with them face to face. You're making the biggest financial decision you've probably ever made in your entire life, and to do that with someone that you don't know over a phone that may be 8 or 10, 12 states away, to me doesn't make a ton of sense.
Well, I'd like for you to elaborate a little bit more on some of the loan programs that you do offer.
I'd love to, Brittany, but that's probably better handled by Owen, who's our CEO at Success Mortgage Partners. So why don't we get up and go introduce you to Owen?
All right. Owen, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Brittany.
Now, Kevin mentioned you guys have a wide variety of loan programs. Can you elaborate for us?
Our most popular program is probably the conventional mortgage, which typically the borrower would put 20% down, but in today's market, a conventional mortgage can actually go all the way down to 3% down payment with a private mortgage insurance product. Our second largest product is the FHA government loan program through the Department of Housing and Urban Development, and in that loan program, the borrowers can put as little as 3.5% down. Two other very popular loan programs that we also have is the Veterans Administration loan through the Department of Veterans Affairs, where veterans who have honorably served our country can get a loan and put as little as 0% down in that loan program. And then finally, we have the Rural Development Loan Program through the Department of Agriculture, where borrowers can again put as little as 0% down. A lot of borrowers find that to be a good fit both in location and to fit their borrowing needs.
Now, couldn't a home buyer just go online and apply for a mortgage?
We find the vast majority of people do much better, especially first-time home buyers, with that process where they can sit down with somebody, have a real conversation, have a real relationship, have somebody learn about them and their individual goals and what they're trying to accomplish in the home buying process.
It seems like you really place a high priority on your relationship with your clients.
We act as an advocate for them from the time of the pre-qualification and the application all the way through to a successful close. And the reason why we do that is the very foundation of our business is personal referrals. Referrals from past clients, referrals from real estate agents, and when you have that trusting relationship, it leads to a great conclusion, and that's great for the borrower, and that's great for our business.
So how can our viewers find you?
I think the best way to begin that process is to go to our website at successmortgagepartners.com, click on the Lifetime Television link and fill in your contact information. And from there, one of our experienced mortgage professionals will get into contact with you in 24 hours and begin to guide you through the home buying process.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Brittany, for having me.
And to learn more, visit successmortgagepartners.com. And to see this portion of the show, visit designingspaces.tv.
You can visit these websites to learn more about the participants on this edition of Designing Spaces.